go.
Hey, this is an exciting night for you to be able to tell us about your story. And as you speak about your story and your journey, I'm going to just take this away because people are like taking pictures of you. This is amazing.
This is not it.
The front row crowd is going nuts. So, there we go. Yeah, of course. And I want you to talk to us about your journey, but great thing happened the other day. You made a decision to do something and you got a tattoo.
I did. I got a hope tattoo. And where that 0 is, I have a heart colored in red because hope is a big thing for me. Hope is something that happened to me after I was baptized. And hope is something I never had as a child. And hope is something I have now. So yes, I got a tattoo.
Show it out.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. And you had somebody else with you join you with.
I did. My sponsor.
Yeah.
She has hope as well on hers. His is a little different than mine because, you know, I have this big heart and she has this little heart. So, that's how that goes. But yeah. I do love her. And so
I'm so glad that you guys went and did that just on Wednesday, right?
we did. And let's give a shout out to her. Yeah. Herb's the guy who did our tattoo.
Good job. All right, you ready to go?
I'm ready to go. Let's go.
God, I just pray that Barb would have a sense of the power of your presence on her. And everyone in the room would just have a listening heart. We would pray that you'd speak past our ears into the depth of our inner being. We know that all of us desire to live a life that is just honoring, free, a life that is full of joy and engagement. But in the midst of it, we're going to have to face ourselves, face things in our lives, and we need to face you and all of your grace and your love. We pray that we have courage in that way tonight. Anoint Barb, we pray. In Jesus' name, we say it together. Amen. And you know, like I told you, you'll go. And she said she was like going way too long. I'll be back up here later. So there you go. There you go.
Okay, so everybody knows my name is Barbara. I'm a child of God. And I've been clean for 6 years from crack cocaine. I am the great-great-granddaughter to the first black family in Victoria. I was born March 10th, 1956, at my parents' house on Graham Street. I have 2 sisters and 1 brother, and I'm the oldest. So we're living together. Comes a time in my life when my mom leaves, and I'm really young. I think I'm like 6 or 7, and I'm really not sure what's going on, and where she was and where she went, or anything to that effect. I do know that at a point, probably a couple of days after that, my sister and I are taken to foster care. I have another sister who has Down syndrome, and she had gone to foster care, but it's for disability children. And my brother got to stay with my dad. What I find out later is because in those days, there was no such thing as single fathers, right? Mothers always got their children. And so it was probably 3 months later, and we got to go back with our dad. And so all of us were together except my sister, my youngest sister. And she has stayed a ward of the court all her life. She still carries the last name, but she has stayed a ward of the court. And so that's when I first acknowledged, like, you know, what's my dad drinking, right? And so I first acknowledged that it's alcohol. And so there comes some big issues. My dad's family gets on board to raise us because that's the only way my dad can keep us, is that his family helps raise us. So he does. And a little while later, I become really sick, and I'm hospitalized for 16 months. I had cancer of the kidney and then cancer of the ovary. At that point, I go to live with a cousin of ours. And at that point, I'm traumatized. There's some trauma going on in that household. Something happens, and so I keep that to myself because, of course, I don't have God in my life at that point, and nobody in the family has God in their life either. And then I venture on to live in Seattle with my sister and my brother. My sister and brother come back, I stay in Seattle. And I'm back and forth to Seattle, like I still am. And so then I come back to Victoria. And so when I get out of the hospital, they tell me that I'm never going to have any children, and that I can never drink water unless it's boiled, because in those days there was No bottled water, no sterilized water, nothing like that. Right, because, I'm old and I come back, way back. And so, so there's a part of, comes a time in my life when I start to, my dad has this woman, as he's had many women in his life throughout my childhood, but as much as I wanted a mom, there was nobody that really was my mom except for this lady named Rose Buck. And to this day, she is my mom. And, but it's hard when you're looking for a mom, and you always want a mom, and to pick one. And she became my mom and was there with me, and has been all through my life. I got pregnant at the age of 16. The doctors were very concerned because I was supposed to never have children. And I had a stillborn baby at that point in my life. So, I'm sure all of you know what that is. But it's very different to have a stillborn child now, as it was then. Nowadays, you get to bury them and all that goes with that of a child. In those days, you did not. That's not how that went at all. So I have lost that child to a certain point. I never have spoken about it. And it's a hard thing for me some days, especially now that I've made it vocal in, say, my steps to that I've had that. A lot of emotional time ensued through that. There's a lot of, and of course nobody spoke in those days. Nobody spoke. Nobody ever asked me how I felt if you were getting through this. Nothing like that, right? And I was very close to my dad. My dad was pretty much my only parent, and besides his family. So I was a daddy's girl. I love my dad, and I love my dad to this day. But my dad, as I see now, my dad was an alcoholic, and as you know, the cycle continues. Dad's an alcoholic. I ended up marrying an alcoholic, and that's how that goes. And so I met another fellow, the alcoholic man that I met. Life was crazy, womanizing, drinking, all that goes. So I had 3 children with that man, and that's even a miracle. When I had my last child, he was born with his brain wasn't functioning. And I had my dad in the delivery room at that point with me because my dad had never seen a child being born. And so he wanted to, and I was willing to have my child in there. So my child was in there, my husband, and me. And so he wasn't breathing, he didn't breathe. My dad was screaming at the top of his lungs because, as you know, I come from a very loud family. So they just kept working on him, and he lived. And he went through some trauma when he was a baby and stuff, but he lived. He's 36 years old today. So I'm happy. So I have a daughter, and I have one older son and one younger son. And so my younger son, I think, had just been born when my dad was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and I lived in Surrey at that time. And so we came back here for me to look after dad till my dad passed away. And that was the hardest thing for me ever, to lose my dad. I miss my dad every solitary day that I live. I miss him so much. And so at my dad's service, there was many, many people there. It was like he was at Sands, and Quadra was all blocked off because there were so many people. And these women had come up to me, and I knew these women, and I knew that they had been part of my dad's life some way, somehow. And they proceeded to tell me that they had named my dad the Black Prince of Victoria. And I was like, what the heck is that? Because I didn't know what that was. And so Yeah, and somebody always posted on Facebook on my dad's birthday, because I have some of those women on there. They always posted saying, "Happy birthday to the Black Prince." And I love him for that. You know, my dad did the best he could as he knew how. No different than I did the best I could as a single parent, when I became a single parent, to raise my kids as I knew how. My older son has cut that. He is not the person that's going to carry on that cycle. And I'm very grateful for that. I am very grateful. I love my children dearly. I have 6 grandchildren who mean the world to me. And, but I know how hard it is to cut that cycle. It's not easy. And so, after I divorced my husband, we were together, let's say, 17 years or so. And we just didn't get along. Things weren't working. It just became crazy. You know, he drank and all that went with that. And I'm not saying that I was perfect. You know, I know how to bitch and I know how to push those points because I'm a woman and that's what we do. Trust me, that's how it runs. And so I know how to do that. And I'm sure my kids would say that I have done that, for sure. And so then we had our first grandchild just after we had divorced. And we were at the hospital together, and we decided to make a decision that no matter how we had been together in our married life, we would never argue in front of our grandchildren. Yes, we fought a tremendous amount in front of our children, but we weren't going to do this in front of our grandchildren. And to this day, we still pretty much get along. We can actually go, you know, to dinner together, birthday functions, all that kind of stuff, which is very rare. Very rare. People think that it's really rare, but that's how that goes. And so, so I don't know how long I was divorced. Probably, maybe 4 years or something, before I met this guy through my children, who I'd known all my life. They had known all their life. And his name was Andy Bystad. And we hooked up together. He became this great part of my children's life, all their activities and all that stuff that goes with it. And his mom and dad were great in-laws to me, and they still are today, even though we've lost his dad. I still have a mother-in-law. I have a sister-in-law and a brother-in-law that I love dearly. And so, he passed away from stomach cancer, and I took him home to look after him along with his family. And he stayed right at the house until the day he died. And that's been 19 years now. And it was the greatest relationship I ever had. And so I know that I can have that great relationship. I don't have to be that abused person or anything that goes on with that. I have self-esteem now, and I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barb.
So yeah, we were together a long time until he passed away, and that was the hardest thing, I think, for me. I would say that getting a divorce is easier than losing your spouse. Seriously, it is. There's always times that I think about him. There's always memories in the city of him, and him and I just had a niece just a while ago. And she's the cutest thing ever. And so I'm still a huge part of Andy's family, and I always will be. That will never, ever end. So then things went on through life, as life can go on. And, I was back to work after a year of that and stuff. And so then I run into this guy that my ex-husband used to work for and that I went to school with. And that's where life goes downhill. So, I run into this guy, and I know him. We talk for a while. We meet for coffee. all kinds of things that go on. And, why? Hello? The battery's dying. I haven't talked that long. So yeah, so then this fellow, yeah, we hang out, we do a lot of things together, and I truly think when I think about it now that I knew there was trouble. I knew somehow, some way there was trouble. Somehow, some way there was trouble. Okay, let me start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Not the beginning, no. Where I am now.
Yes, the beginning!
That's good. Thank you. Okay, I meant from where I was. So let's go. So, yes. I met this guy that my ex-husband knew, I had went to school with, and we hung out and did lots of things and stuff. But I knew there was trouble. I knew his background. And, but you know, once, you know, it's not like I've been this perfect person. I had sex before I was, you know, old enough to have it, and, you know, had a child and all that goes with that. So, I just kept with it, and then he introduced me to crack cocaine. So, well, that was, yeah, I mean, there was points in my life when I knew it wasn't good, that I shouldn't be in this atmosphere. My children are all grown at this point. But at that point, I had, I think, 3 grandchildren then. And so I did know better. And so I just kept getting deeper and deeper into it, and then I would take a break, and then I would get deeper and deeper into it, and then take another break. And I'm not proud of the things I did in addiction, like anybody. Nobody's proud of what they do in addiction. You know, I stole, when I was in addiction from Shoppers Drug Mart. I didn't get arrested, but they gave me this promise to appear. I'd never been to court in my entire life. So now I gotta go in front of this judge for shoplifting. And so I've got to be like just over 50, because I'm late in addiction. I don't even get into addiction early. I was like 48 or 49 when I got into addiction. So I go in front of this judge, and they call my name up, and I have to stand up there, and this judge looks at me, and then he stands up, and he's looking at me, and I thought, what are you looking at? And then he says to me, so your last name's Hudlin? And I said, yeah. And he goes, so are you related to Doug or Parnell Hudlin? I said, oh, God. I go, yeah, I am. I am. And he goes, so they would be happy that you're standing here? I said, no. I was like, holy shit, this guy knows my parent, like my dad and my uncle. So he gives me this big lecture and tells me he gives me 60 days. So for 60 days, if I keep clean and don't do anything wrong, then I will have no criminal record. And trust me, I did nothing wrong. I never did anything again as far as criminal. And well, maybe. Let's go to the fact that years ago at the old Walmart, you could go outside the Walmart and find receipts. And then take those receipts, find that object on the shelf, take it up to the counter, and they would give you the money because they didn't do debit and all that in those days. So I didn't literally teach people that, but I got to be a dealer in my addiction. And so when they call for what we call a front, I tell them, this is what you do. You call me when you get the money, and then I'll come and see you. And you know, it's something that I did. I never had a life when I was like a teenager. I never had that life. I had a brother and sister to raise. And so I never really had a life, but I don't blame that on that. I don't blame, and I don't feel good. My sponsor asked me, she said, I talked to her about a home invasion that I was part of, some. And I said, you know, when I came out, I felt really bad. Not that I did anything in there, and sometimes I'd just be the driver, but I still felt really bad about it, because I'm grown. Everybody that I hung around with in addiction were young, because, yeah, that's how that went. And so I'm not happy about it, and it's a sad thing. I don't dwell on it now, but there's times when I first came clean that I did dwell on it. and worry about it, and, you know, feel bad about it, all that goes with that. And so, so then while I was in addiction, which went on for about 6 or 7 years, you know, in and out, back and forth, you know, and you know, my children were just horrified over it, and, you know, sometimes I would run into them, and I would run into one of my sons one time, and he was behind me, and I just kept speeding, and finally he just gave up. But I felt like horrible after that, right? Because, you know, I was at one point their only parent, right? And so they have a father that's an addict, and then now they have a mother that was an addict. And, you know, the blessings for me were the fact that they were grown, right? Because if they hadn't been grown, lots of things could happen, as I know when I work with people in addiction to this day, other things that could have happened. So there came a time when I was contacted by a family member, and he said to me, you need to make a decision, whether it's your family or whether it's your addiction. You got to do something. You can't just keep going in and out of our lives like this. And so I had 2 runners at that time, because at that time I was a dealer. And so I just got off the phone and I said, we need to get rid of all of this. I'm done. And one of them said to me, so you're going to do this on your own? I said, yeah, how else? I mean, I didn't know how else I was supposed to come out of this or however. And he said, oh, well, you could, you know, go to detox and treatment and stuff. And I was doing that. Like, you know, I'm over 50, way over 50. And so I'm not doing all that stuff. So he gave me a phone number to call, and I called it, and it was Recovery Addiction Services on Pembroke. And I made an appointment to go see somebody there. So in the meantime, I'm still staying at a house full of addiction, and I'm staying clean. So by the time I go see her, I'm like 6 or 7 days clean at this point. And so I talked to her, name is Deanna, and I talked to her, and she says, yeah, she said, I don't think you're going to need treatment. I said, okay. And so she said, but I recommend you come to this group every morning for like 90 days. Whoa. So I go there, and to this day, I've been going there for 6 years now. I have my own seat there. Nobody sits in my seat. So, nobody, unless I'm not there. I attend 3 to 5 times a week, even though I'm 6 years clean. That place is almost like going into treatment. The facilitators are fabulous. My counselor is there every day, Barb. And I love the people that go there, and it has a PowerPoint every day, so I learn something new every day. And yeah, I will continue to go there forever. I've done a lot there, a lot in that room. I'm a huge support to that room. At one point in time, when they were opening up Living Edge, and the people from downtown would have to go to walk to Living Edge, which is where Blanchard School used to be. It's really not that far from downtown. I was concerned how the people were going to get from downtown to there. So I went to Barb and I said, I want to rent a bus so I can pick up the people downtown and take them to Living Edge and make sure they're fed every day. And she said, no, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. You know, yeah, I'm a caring person. I love where I am today. I love what I've learned so far, especially what I learn every day from Recovery Addiction Services. I thank you, Angela, for every day for you standing up there and putting up with me. Seriously. And that is a huge community for me. A huge, huge community. I know everybody there, people that call me, that relapse or whatever, that's where I go and get them, and that's where I take them to, because that meeting is fabulous. So once I'm settled in that meeting, I am brought over to Celebrate Recovery, and I walk in that room the very first night. I'm not sure how clean I was. I come around this corner, and there's these 2 women that I went to school with, Maya Reinhardt, Janice Jordan. I was like, wow, seriously? Because, like, really, man, I never thought that that other people were out there in addiction, seriously. And so, they took me under their wing. Deanna became my Celebrate Recovery addiction counselor, and that was just after Christmas. And so then I was brought into Glad Tidings Church, which I love dearly. I go to a 10:30 morning service in the morning and a 6 o'clock at night. They're both different congregations, both different people, but I know everybody, morning or night, no doubt about it. And at that point, they were talking about going to camp, which is, help me ladies, there we go, in the News Bay. And so I went there with a bunch of these ladies, and it was really amazing. It was kind of different. I had never been in my life like to Camp Emmeline or anything like that. So it was very different, but it was a great thing. Pastor Gareth was speaking there, and he spoke on the Sunday about hanging on to a monkey on your back. And I was like, wow. Because by that time, I think by that time my mom, the RCMP had been in touch with me, and I had to go to Surrey and pull the plug on my mom, on a woman I never, ever knew. And that was strange. And so after his service was over, I went to Janice and them, and I was crying. And I was really emotional about my mom, and I didn't know my mom, but I knew that from his talk, I had to let go. I had to, I can't judge her or degrade her on why she left me and why she didn't raise us. Because that's her thing, and I can't blame her. Maybe she thought it was better that I stayed with my dad. I'm not really sure, because when I went to Surrey, my mom was already in a coma. So I never got that chance to talk to my mom about those issues. And so Pastor Gareth, Janice, and them come around me, and they prayed for me. And that was the first time, I think, I really actually realized that there was God, and there was I could be something and somebody. And that night, we rode back, and Sean Chase was on the bus. So he's talking to us about being baptized. I'm like, whoa, what's that? And so we talked about baptized, and I thought, you know what, I need to do this. I need to make a change in my life, bring somebody in my life that will help me. And so that church, that night, on Sunday at the church, I got baptized, along with a lot of other people in this room.
Yeah!
Right? And Sean Chase actually baptized me.
Yeah!
And when I came out of that, because it's like a big hot tub, so when he leans you back in there, when I came out, I felt everything just coming off me. It was literally, and I felt wow. So you have to go back in and change into your clothes. And I changed my clothes, and I come out, and there's Janice Jordan, and I go right over to her, and I felt different. I felt so different.
Amen.
And as I'm walking to her, I hear this person say, "You have hope." From that day forward, hope has been the biggest thing in my life. Right? God is so amazing. I'm going to read you something about hope. So, now may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace, and believing that you may abound in hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. Romans 15:13. So, and that's when my life really started to change, was because I felt there was so different. So then it was time for steps. Seriously. Come on, you guys. You guys all were on top of me about taking steps. Come on. Seriously. You guys had all done steps. I wasn't doing steps. At that point, I had never told a soul anything, and I sure wasn't going to tell nobody. Nothing. And so finally they convinced me, and I go to steps. Well, holy cow. Seriously, they get these 4 books. You got to work on this. And it wasn't going so bad. It wasn't going so bad. Steps was kind of going all right. And then a girl said something in steps, and that triggered me, and I ran. I mean, literally ran. Thank God Jody was there, because I ran. And I didn't know where I was going to go. I was crying my eyes out. I was like, wow, man, seriously. And so then, you know, once one thing happens, then everything that you've been holding on to all your life starts to steamroll, right? And I'm remembering all this stuff, and I just, and Jody went with me the next day to RAS, and that's when Stacy was there, and he said, no, you're done. And part of me like said, maybe I shouldn't be, but no, he said, you're done. You can't go there. This is not good. And so, and that took a while for me to overcome. And I even left CR for a while, right? I walked out and said, yeah, I'm not. Sean Chase and I butted some heads, and that was it. I was done, and I walked out. And so then I think it was the following year, it's not even been a year since I took those steps, that I went back and said, okay, I'm going to do the steps. But there came a point in these steps as well where I said, oh, no, I'm done. I can't keep reminiscing over this stuff. And Andrea Chansey was there, and she said, oh no, you're not done. You're finishing these steps. And I did, and I spoke to that step group about everything. And it's amazing how I'm not the only person that had those things in their life, or had those things done to them in their life. And then you feel support. And so I did graduate from steps. That night I came home from our final night of steps before graduation, and I was laying on the couch. And I still at this point did not know why I couldn't take steps, or why it was like just something that I would start and then I would step back. And I was laying on my couch, and I said, you know, I don't know how I got through this, but there's something about it. And so I prayed and I asked God, and he said, fear. You have fear. And I thought, me? Out of all I've been through and I got fear? Never. But the more I thought about it that night, I did. And so this is what I wrote that night. And I spoke this at my graduation. It says, the main advice I got from God this year in 2017 steps is fear of what others will think of you, fear of failure, fear of not knowing what's next. What I learned is that on the other side of fear is love and faith, finding out what was meant to be, and God blessed me. And that was amazing. That night at graduation at Steps, I think even at one point I couldn't find the poem I'd written on my phone, and I was like bawling up there, standing up there, just bawling. And but I found it and I read it, and I'm very thankful for it. I never, ever realized that I had fear. But once I spoke that, fear was gone. And I don't fear. I really don't fear now. I mean, I have fear of some things, but nothing like the fear of all the stuff that I was carrying, because I released all that in my steps. And, you know, I've done a lot. God has brought me into a lot. The biggest thing that God has done for me now is the fact that I wrote a letter to City Hall, and on June the 11th is Doug Hudlin Day in the city of Victoria. And I got my uncle that day, because my uncle deserves that for everything he's done in the city of Victoria. I've also brought in Disability Challenge Baseball. Registration starts next week, and that's for all children that have challenges. I'm going to walk them in the parade this year because I want people to know that if you have a disability, you still can play a sport. There's no denial. I participant in a sock mission, which was held at a celebrate out of Glad Tidings Church, where on Thursday nights I went out and talked about God and about stuff and gave out socks to people on the street. People on the street are family to me. I love them. Just because you're an addict doesn't mean that I don't love you. I love you. And that's how it is. I volunteer at street breakfast on Saturdays, and sometimes I bring my grandson in. That's a huge, huge thing to volunteer there, to bring my grandson, and to be part of it and to talk to those people. I love it. I went on a missions trip, 2 mission trips actually. I went to Hong Kong. We went to Hong Kong and India at the same time. Hong Kong was, I'd never go back there. India, the only reason I'm here is because I have children and grandchildren. Otherwise, I'd still be in India. I loved India. I went with Janice Jordan, Sean Chase. It was fabulous there. It was a learning experience, hugely brought into my life, and hugely taught me how to talk to these people about God. And, in India, those women, they go through a lot. Alcoholism is huge there for men. And, I just love that place. And I continue to volunteer everywhere. I volunteer at the Mustard Seed twice a week. I'm just who I am. I don't think I will ever change. I will think God will keep showing me how to do more stuff in my life and how to help people more in my life, because that's how it is. God is amazing. There's times that I have, I go into a store, for example, and the person is like really nasty and not nice or whatever, and I'll say to my mentor Sharon that on a Sunday I'll tell her about it, and I'll go, "You're so thankful that I have God in my life, otherwise I'd have lost it." Because God has mellowed me. Yeah. But I also have an older son that he's an amazing child. He is my huge support. He teaches me so much. I love you from the bottom of my heart. You're just amazing. And lots of things, I wouldn't have some of these things. And if it wasn't for him, he is just that kind, caring child. All my children are good, but Jeremy has that specialness about him. And he always will. There isn't probably anybody in this room that I've never talked to or touched in some way or another. Because that's just how it is. I can't go anywhere without that happening. I went to Vancouver with my cousin at Christmas, and we were in, I don't know, that Pacific Center or whatever, and we're looking at these tops, and I hear somebody call my name, and she goes, "God, you can't go anywhere." And I go, "I'm so sorry," but that's just how that is. God is everything to me. To tell you the truth, I never, ever thought that I would have God in my life. Never. He just wasn't something that was part of my life as a child. So for me to have him in my life now is a blessing. Would my life have been different if I was raised with God? Probably. But I can't go backwards, because when I wake up tomorrow morning is a new day. Everything that's behind me is behind me. Amen. And that's how that goes. There's so many people that I'd like to thank. Maya Reinhardt, Deanna, Janice, my mentor Sharon, Jen, my sponsor, everybody that comes to Raz, everybody that just connects with me. I love you all. And it's a blessing. Jody's been my mentor for a long time. Somebody dragged me to a first year thing at an AA meeting, and I've never been to AA. And they took their chip for 1 year, and I heard that this person speak. Next thing I knew, I said, "Damn, I need a sponsor." I said, "It doesn't matter, as clean as I am." So I called Jody and told her I was going to give her a raise from a mentor to a sponsor. And that's what I did. And, I'm not done yet, and God's not done yet with me. There's no doubt about that. I feel that every solitary day. And let me tell you, people, if you don't have God in your life, you need to have Him in your life. He is a blessing, literally a blessing, a blessing. And that's truly how that goes. It's, my nephew's here tonight, and he now has God in his life. He got baptized in Glad Tidings. And I love him. And I thank you all for coming here. And I always do a quote in the morning on Facebook, every morning. I do put a quote up. People that have taken the 30-day break from Facebook are missing out on those quotes, Jensen. Exactly. So I have a quote for you before I end this. And the quote is, "Only God can turn a mess into a message, a test into a testimony, a trial into a triumph, and a victim into victory. And that's what I am. I'm victory from God." Thank you, everyone.
Aren't you glad you came tonight? Yeah. Wow.
I love it. Yeah, I'm done. God, I'm all hung up. We're good. Thanks.
Ready to take a deep breath. We believe in transformation here. And Barb was talking a second ago. You just have to open a little space in your life.
Yeah.
And you just have to say, God, would you come in and invade that space, and you'll never regret it. So, as Barb was talking at the end, I was just praying for everyone. We should be all those kind of people just say, God, I just open my heart, just my life, just a little bit. And then God said, if you would just do that, I'll just invade that space for you and I'll transform your life. To change the grief, the addiction, and change somebody into just somebody who's just challenged to live every day. Incredible story for all of us. Okay, I got no other words. We got to go. We got a group tonight. I got a couple things I need to say. Is there someone here, Elisa Connors?
Yeah.
Where's Elisa? Oh yeah, I have your card here. Get that card here. So there you go. Not a problem. We had a great time shopping on that card. No, we didn't. We had a group here today. By the way, I don't think I made a statement earlier, but we had some great cooks here, and Mike and the kitchen team did a great job. Next week, Wayne and Dean are on next week, and we have Kate next week, and we celebrate years of being together. In this room tonight, there will be two women's groups in this room tonight, and those women who are leading the group tonight, could you just identify yourself for me so that who are you, the two women who are leading tonight? Rebecca, just speak up strongly. Yeah. There we go. So there's going to be two group leaders here, and for guys, we have a couple of guy groups. One here that's going to be back. Wayne's taking a group across the street, but Wayne's back here, so if you want to meet with Wayne. And then I think I saw Isaac and Bill over here. You guys are here in the back room over here. So let's all stand up together. Would you? Thanks for coming to CR. And I just want to bless you guys. Here's the thing that I learned the other day. Do you know when we actually, here just a second, do you know when you actually bless someone, there's a chemical change in their head? So here's the thing. I don't want to do, just turn around to somebody and just say, I bless you, and just do it. Just bless them today. We bless each other here. And thanks for coming to CR.
Yeah.